Hello Year 10 and welcome to today's online lesson. So this will be our third lesson now with the home learning. Hopefully you will be prepared. You already have your maths book, your pencil case, your whiteboard, and also today I'm going to ask if you have a calculator to have that out and ready so that you can use it today, because you'll find it massively beneficial if you do have one. So a brief recap. Lesson 1. We looked at stem and leaf diagrams, we looked at how we can use these to present data and how we can therefore then notice some trends in the data. Lesson 2, yesterday we moved on to averages, and our first two averages that we looked at were mean and range, and we went through these and how we work out the mean and range of different sets of data. Today, and lesson 3, we'll be moving on to median and mode, and I will explain each of these slightly more as we go through the lesson today. So, let's get on with the do now, just like normal. Here is your 4 questions. Please pause the video and attempt these now. Okay, so we're going to go through these one at a time, and as I go through them, compare your answers with mine. So substituting in here, we have 5 multiplied by x, 5 lots of x. So we're going to write the 5, and we're going to put brackets as our substitution, and in this case x equals 2 plus 3 multiplied by y, so we put our brackets. In this case y is 3 as well, so I'm going to write 3 here, plus 10. Okay, so now let's carry out our multiplication. So we had 5 multiplied by 2, okay, both positive numbers, so this was 10, plus, and then we had 3 multiplied by 3, which equals 9, plus, and we haven't done anything to the 10. The 10 is just as it was before, so I'm just going to write 10. And now we do our multiplication, so 10 plus 9, this first set here, 10 plus 9 is 19, plus another 10 equals 29. And that would be my final answer, 29. Next, question 2. Calculate the value of C. Now this is an angles question, okay? So we've been given 38 degrees and 85 degrees as our 2 angles here. So I know that I have 2 angles out of 3. So I'm going to firstly add 85 and 38, okay? Now the reason I'm doing that is because I want to see the total angles I currently have. So if we carry that out, we get 123. Okay, and I also know that a triangle's total interior angles, so all 3 of those angles, are going to add up to, so this, and this, are going to add up to 180. So if I know what those 2 are adding up to already, I can now do 180 minus 123, and that equals 57. And therefore C must equal 57 degrees. If I wanted to check that, if I did 85 plus 38 plus 57, well, when I do that, my final answer is 180. So I know I've got this correct because all my angles add up to 180. Next question. Solve this equation. So we've got here 2y plus 5 equals 15. And what I want to end up with in this case is y equals something. And that will be my answer because I'm trying to solve what y is in this case. Okay, so 2y plus 5 equals 15. So the first thing I'm going to do is, can I get just 2y in its own? And I can by subtracting 5 off of both sides of this sum, because whatever I do this side, I'm also going to do this side. Okay, so I've now been left with 2y equals 10. So here I've subtracted 5 in order to get rid of this 5. And whatever I do here, I'm also going to do here. Okay? Now we've got 2y equals 10. So now, remember, this is 2 multiplied by y. So in order to clear this, what's the opposite of multiplying by 2? It's actually dividing by 2. So I'm going to do that both sides. And that leaves me with now, I've got rid of the 2. I've got rid of the multiply by 2. So I've just got y equals 10 divided by 2, 5. And there's my final answer. I've gone through the process and I'm left with y equals 5. Similar question here, but this time working out m. M divided by 4 minus 2 equals 2. So let's start ourselves off again. So the first thing I want to get rid of is this sort of integer, this whole number, because I want to have just m and it's dividing. So to get rid of this, I'm going to add 2. I'm going to do that both sides. That leaves me with m divided by 4 equals 4. Now that I've got divided by 4, well, I'm going to do the opposite to remove it. So we multiply by 4, multiply by 4. That leaves me with m equals 4 times 4, 16. And there's my answer. So there is all of your do now answers all at once, ready for you to see. Okay, on with today's lesson. So once again, we're going to be looking at averages, and we're going to be looking at 2 more types of averages today. Last lesson, we did the mean, and we also did the range. And today, we're going to be doing the median and the mode. So first of all, mode. What is the mode? The mode is the data value that occurs the most frequently. Okay, something that comes up the most common, as it were. And then we've got bimodal when there are 2 numbers that are more frequent, so more than 1. So here's my example, okay? So if we have a little look here, I've got the number of matches in a random sample of 14 boxes were counted and results recorded below. Find the mode of the data. So I've got a bit of a variety here. I've got 48, 49, 52, 50, so on. What I'm going to do is very quickly create a little tally chart so that I can look at this. So what is my lowest value? 47. And the largest looks like 55. So I'm just very quickly, based on this data, going to create a quick tally chart. So I've got 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, and 55. And all I'm going to do is just separate that out like so. I like to do the tally chart just because I think it means that I'm super neat and accurate. It means I'm less likely to make mistakes. So similar to when I did stem and leaf now, I'm going to go through these bits of data. I'm just going to mark how many I've got. So I've got 48, I've got one of them. Put a little mark. 49, 52, 50, 51, 49 again, 49 again, 55, 47, 48, 50, 51, 50, and 50. So now if I look at my tally chart, which of those came up the most? Well, this one did, here. 50 came up the most, and therefore the mode, the most common, what came up the most frequently, the mode is 50. Okay, now I can see you probably sat at home going, well, why did I need to do a tally chart? Well, I did because there's actually quite a lot of data here, and you can see 49 and 50 were really close to a similar amount, so I might have been really easy for me to quickly look and go, oh yeah, 49 comes up 3 times, and just write that in. So this is just a really helpful way of double checking that I'm getting things correct, and I'm making sure my answers are 100% right. So now, it's time for you to have a go. So here's a question. Pause the video now and resume once you've had an attempt in your maths book. Okay, so now we're going to go through this. So I'm having a little look, and obviously this time I've got different numbers. So 43 looks like the lowest there, and it looks like 52 is the highest. So we're going to zoom in a little bit. And I just said that 43 was the lowest this time. So we're going to go 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53. Was it 53 that we said was the highest? Actually, it was 52. I didn't even need 53. I've gone a little bit more than required. So now I'm going to create my tally just like before. Really simple and basic. Okay, so let's go through. So 48, 43, 51, 51, 44, 46, 52, 46, 47, 50, 51, 45 and 52. If I now look up my sets of data, the one with the most is 51, and therefore the mode, the most frequent, the most common is 51 in this case, okay? And that would be my final answer. So here's another one. 20 people sat a maths test. Their marks out of 10 are recorded below. Find the modal mark for the test. Modal stands for mode, so we're still looking for the most frequent, the most common. And I can see here, it looks like I have pretty much every number going from 1 to 10 as possible bits of data. So I'm just going to write out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And now that I've done that, go create my tally again. And you can see I'm not spending ages on this because I'm just doing a really quick tally to check my data and see what the mode is. So I've got 2, 5, 9, 3, 7, 6, 8, 6, 10, 4, 3, 2. We've also got 0 here, so let's add 0. Apologies. You can see how easy it is to miss these off if you don't look really closely, which is why, like I say, these tally charts are really helpful to try and make sure we don't miss anything. Then we go 1, and we go 5. So now if we look through our sets of data here, see 2, 2, 2. Well, we've actually got two numbers here. So we've actually got a bimodal answer where we've got, so our mode equals 5 and 6. I've not put 5 plus 6 because that would tell me 11, and that's not the correct answer here. It's 5 and 6 is the modes, the most frequently to occur. Okay? Now, here's one for you. Pause the video, have an attempt. Okay, we're going to go through these. So, let's very quickly. Same principle as before, we've got 0 up to 10. So this time I'm going to make sure I put 0 in straight away. Much better. Included 0, going to create my tallies. Now let's go through my data. So I've got 3, 5, 8, 3, 6, 5, 4, 6, 9, 4, 3, 4, 0, 6, 4, 9, 3, 6, 2, and 5. So let's have a look at my data. Well, this time I've actually got 3 sets here. I've got number 3, number 4, and number 6 have all come up as the most common. So we've got 3, we've got 4, we've got 6. They're the most frequent to occur. So the mode is equal to 3 and 4 and 6. Okay, so I'm just listing the ones that's the most frequent, it's come up the most often. Here's some questions for you to have a go at in your book. So please pause the video, and once you've attempted them, resume, and we'll go through the answers. Okay, here's your answers for you. If you need to pause the video, feel free to do so, just so you can make sure you mark these through properly. If not, we're going to move on with the lesson. So, we've done mode, now let's look at median, and similar to how this is written with the actual word itself, we're looking for what's in the middle value of the set of data once it has been ordered, and by ordered we mean written from smallest to largest. Okay, so sometimes there could be 2 middle numbers, and then we need to find the middle of those numbers, and we'll explain how we do that later on. So, here's an example. Rob hit 11 balls at Oaks Park's driving range. The recorded distances of his drives are given below. Find the median distance for his drives. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write these in order from smallest to largest. So look very closely at your data. What is the smallest that I've got? The smallest is 50. Next, what comes next? Next comes 65. What comes after 65? We've got 2 lots of 70, so I'm going to write both of these down. What comes next? 75. What comes next? 85. 95. 100. 125. 130. And 135. Now, what I personally like to do is, rather than trying to count this way and then going, actually, what is the middle number? I quite like to cross off going from the start and the end, and I'll get left with something in the middle. So if I just cross off here, so I've got, there's the first and last, the second last, third last, fourth last, fifth last. Oh look, I've got one number that's left in the middle, that is 85. So the median would equal 85. It's the middle number in the set of our data that we have been given. Here's one for you. Pause the video now and have a go in your book. Okay, let's go through this one. So, we have got a different data set. So let's have a look. We've got here, the smallest is 62. Then it goes 65. Then it goes 67. Next we have 70. Then we have 71. Then we have 72. 75. 100. 110. 115. 135. And now I'm going to follow the same method as before. So the first and the last, second last, third last, fourth last, fifth last. There's one left in the middle on its own. So my median equals 72. And that would be my final answer in this case. Here's another set of data. So this time he's hit 12 balls at Oaks Park driving range, really pushing the boat out now. And we've recorded the distances below. So let's find the smallest. You can see there's quite a big range of results here. So it looks like from going through my data, the smallest is 50. what was next? The next would be 65. The next would be 70. We've got another 70, so I'll write that out again. What else have we got now? So we've done both 70s. We've got 75. Now we've got 85. Now we have got 95. Now we've got 100. We've got 125. 130. 135. And 140 to finish. Let's follow the process just like we did earlier. So, first and last, second, second last, third, third last, fourth, fourth last, fifth, fifth last. Oh wait, if I cross off these two, I'm going to have no numbers left. So these are both in the middle. They're both currently at the median. Now what we do if we have two numbers in the median, we find the middle of those two numbers. So I'm going to do 85 plus 95. So if you have a calculator, you go 85 plus 95, and that would equal 180. Now, that currently hasn't given me the middle. What I now need to do is half it. 180 divided by 2, and that equals 90. So the median would equal 90, because that's the middle of both 85 and 95. So, here's a question for you. Pause the video, have a go. Okay, let's go through this question for you. So let's firstly write them out in order of smallest to largest. So the smallest piece of data I have here is 50. Then it goes 60. Then 65. Then it goes 70. 75. Then it goes 84. 85. Then it goes 100. 110. 110 again. 115. And finally 135. And now let's follow the process. First and last, second, second last, third, third last, fourth, fourth last, fifth, fifth last. Oh wait, we've got two numbers again. So let's add them together. So 84 plus 85. And if we're doing 84 plus 85, that means it's going to equal 169. Now that we've added those together, what does that mean we're going to have to do? Well, now we're going to have to do 169 divided by 2, and that equals 84.5. And therefore my median, my middle, is 84.5, because remember this is in the middle of 84 and 85. Okay, let's go on to some questions. So here's some questions for you. Pause the video now and have a go in your book, and once you've done, resume the video to check your answers. Okay, here's your answers for you, so mark yourself through. If you need to pause the video, feel free to do so now so you have a chance to mark through properly. Okay, thank you, Yatin. That is us done for today's lesson. Once again, thank you for working hard and working your way through the video. Please make sure you now go on to Frog, and once on Frog, make sure you go to that file drop, take a picture of all your fantastic workings that you have done today and upload them so that your teacher can see everything you have done and we can see how well you're working. Thank you once again. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, and have a lovely rest of your day.